you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Okay, folks, the housing industry is 18% of our GDP. And as you can see here, I'm going to go through the top 5 home builders in the United States, starting with D.R. Horton, okay? As you can see, this is in downtrend. It topped back on September the 1st. That's number 1. Number 2 in that group. Oh, let's get this out of here. There it is right here. This is number 2. This is Lennar. You can see it topped way back there in May, and it's been starting. Oh, boy, this is a problem with this chart, folks. This goes back to 2024. Uh-oh, I made a bad mistake on that one. Let me double check and see what's wrong, because let me check these others just to be safe. Yeah, these are all correct. You can see these number 4 is all the way down, and let's see how Pulte Homes also heading lower. I've got the one, Lennar is wrong, and then Toll Brothers is the one that's actually holding up. It's still weaker, but it's held up better than any of the others. But let me go look at Lennar. I must have put some of the wrong stuff in here. Hold on one second here. This is the NASDAQ, what I'm looking at right now. Not that it makes any difference, but let's take a quick look up here at the Lennar and see what I did wrong. And hold on one second here, JKLLNR. There it is, Lennar. And let's get this up here on the long-term daily to see if it is bearish, because the others certainly look bearish. Oh, my goodness. Come on, Larry. This is ridiculous. I would consider refresh today. Wow. Oh, my God. Now, is that a bullish chart, folks? And this is number 2 home builder? For heaven's sakes. I mean, here's what happened. I didn't refresh it. You know, that was the main thing. But you can see something's wrong, folks. Something's wrong. They're feeding us chicken salad, and they're trying to tell us that it's filet mignon, in my opinion. Let's take a look at the housing, the AI. AI is the biggest thing going since Apple came out with iPhone in 2007. These are the top 10 stocks. Now, you tell me whether these are bullish or bearish, okay? Was a high up here. It's now trading down into this area here. It's dropped 20% from its high. Okay, that's Advanced Micro Devices. Number 2 is, they're not in order, but there's Amazon. You see it's off 10% from its high and still moving lower. We look at Avco, Broadcom. Look at Broadcom. Broadcom came way down here, folks. It's given up over $100 a share. That was one of the big ones. All right, Google, this has been a great one. You can see, but everybody that's bought Google here, this is as of Friday, folks. As of Friday, everybody that bought it in the last 2 weeks is now at a loss, because look at that. They now have a loss. All right, now this doesn't act like what's happening should be. There's Meta. We went from 806 down to 585, and it's still quite a bit lower, still trading below 600. Look at Softy here, the number 1 stock in the world as far as the value of it. There it is right here, down quite a bit. It topped way back in August. And think of the news that's coming out, folks. I mean, that's all I ever hear. Look at this. This is NVIDIA. Where's NVIDIA today? It's trading at a 184, something like that I saw today. This is a bullish chart? I don't think so. But anyway, I'm just telling you, be careful what you ask for. Here's Oracle. Now, there's Oracle. Now, it had a big break here. This one, when Ellison made $100 billion, okay? Then it's not got that $100 billion anymore. Now it's trading at about 190. That's what I saw earlier this morning. So these are not acting like the news is telling us that they are. And then this one is Taiwan Semiconductors. You see it topped up here 8 or 9 weeks ago, and it's now trading around 290. So this news is not going on. When the news doesn't follow the trend, folks, that tells you something's wrong, and that's why you want to be at least alert to some of this stuff. Yes, I'm bearish, but by golly, I will tell you this, I'm looking at things like today. When I saw these things come in today, I said, my goodness, there's no reason for they to be up this much that they were. So I told everybody, you can't sell into that. It was a sale on Friday. Let me just give you a perfect example here. This is the NASDAQ. We'll just look at this together, okay? Now, this is the AI, what's going on with it today. What we're going to do now is just go to the 4-hour chart. I just want to show you how bullish it looks, okay? Okay, look at that, folks. Now, you see we've come down and we've come into that gap area early today, and then we're bouncing around a little bit. But, the sale was right in here, right there on Friday. But when you come in today and you gap up like this, that destroys that pattern. It breaks it. And so I'm a pattern recognition person, so I can't stand in front of that. Now, I said you could look at the Dow Jones if you wanted to, or look at the Russell because they were weaker, but still not as much as what you're looking at right here. And we made a higher high than yesterday earlier this morning. That was in the middle of the night, of course. But there it is right now. It's down 100 points from that level, but not too much. So that's it. Now, the other one that we did talk about that's working out pretty good for us, let's just get this up here. This is the crude oil. We get the crude oil. We had a really nice pattern lined up in crude oil today. You see the 382 up there at right where it's trading right now, 57.86. So far it's only made a small amount, but let's just bring it over here so you can see how neat it is. This is going back all the way to the big high back here, folks. The big high in October, we've just made a 382 retracement of that right here where we're trading right now, 57.89. So far, the high has been 58.10. So it's right in the ballpark. You're completing an ABCD, and that is a 382 in a downtrend. It's up on the day, but it's still in a downtrend. You can see it all the way down. And if you did the ABCD, which we like to look at, just move on here, and you'll see there's where you came in right there on the bottom here just a few days ago, which we pointed that out to you quite a bit, that it had to hold this 54.90. We've had a nice move off of this level as we look at right now. And I can't go without any saying that we have to take a look at the wheat trade because sometimes they win, sometimes they lose. This is, let's get this up here. This is the March wheat, and I believe that was on the 4-hour that we were looking. I'm almost 100% sure. By golly, it was. And as you can see here, we have had a nice move off the bottom. And there we've made our first profit objective. In fact, it's trading plus 500 right now. There was a number right here. Stop was right there. So there's your first profit objective. And if you look at it closely, which we're going to blow it up a little bit, you'll see this was probably exactly 382 off of this last high, folks. Let's just take a look at it from this high down to that level, right? Oh, my goodness, look at that. You could actually go on short and still made a couple of bucks, too. So that's what I'm paying attention to here this morning. So I hope that helps. We got some other things to cover. The U.S. dollar is under a little bit of pressure today. Euro is bouncing a little bit. We're going to look at those and look at a few other things when we come back from our break here, which will be in about, let me double check here. Now,
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter, a must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Okay, folks, this is the euro over the last 10 days. You can see here we've been in this real tight trading range here between 118 and 117. We had a 61% retracement here last night, as you can see, and we've backed off a little bit from that. But the way to verify this is we should go look at the U.S. dollar index, because the euro being 53% of it should give us a pretty good idea that it's being a pullback in the dollar index right at the, let's get that hourly chart up just like we're going to do here, and we should be pulling back, and there it is right now. We should be backing off to a 61% retracement here in the dollar index. Oh, what'd you do wrong here, Lair? Hold on a second, hit the wrong button. Okay, here's the dollar index. All right, now that should be, remember we did it in the euro, so this should be the opposite of that, which would be 61% retracement, and there it is right there to the tick, and that's what it's doing here so far this morning. Okay, let's move on here and talk about Microsoft. Someone asked a question about it, and I don't know much about it other than if you'd have bought one share of Microsoft when it came out in 1986, one share at $17. Now stop and think how many times it split, folks. That one share is worth $146,000 on one share. Okay? All right, let's move over here and get, what was I thinking? Hold on, a little train of thought. We did the dollar index. We need to go to the British pound. So we're going to slip over here and get the British pound up, and you'll see we should have a little bit rally going on that today, but they got a lot of problems. Ooh, this is rallying good. Holy cow, shut the front door and raise the rent. Now, we got a trade right here, folks, if you want to make a couple of bucks. Wow, that's ABCD in action. Let's just take a look at it. First, we'll clean all this stuff out here. There's where we are. Well, there's your, well, it's not a big move here. We'll look at it two different ways, but this is an AB equals CD. AB equals CD. Is we there? Not quite yet. It's got a little bit more to go right up here. All right, let's look at this on the 4-hour chart and see if we're back into that. Oh, we got a nice 3-drive pattern. Shut the front door and raise the rent. Hold the presses. We've got a trade coming, boys and girls. We've got a trade coming. There's a B, C, D. Let's just draw it in right now over the last 10 days. Folks, I'm not looking at currencies very much. I'm looking at you know what. And you know what is a little bit disappointing to, oh, shut the front door. Grandma said 3 little things when I was growing up. S-I-N. Let me write that. Not the sin like you're thinking is, but let me write that in here for you. She used to tell me this. When you see this, remember you want to go S-I-N. Grandma, what does that mean? Sell it now. There's your ABCD right there. You don't have to risk very much at all. So that's what you want to be watching. Plus, you've got another one backed up right behind it. Oh, this is a nice trade. This is a, if you lose on this one, call your broker. Anyway, there's your ABCD, everything right in there. Stop's got to be above that level, but that's a pretty good move. Unfortunately, I wasn't preparing for that today. But that would have been a nice one to get sold. Well, you're only with, 30, 40 pips from the high anyway, so it doesn't make a lot of difference. But that's it. We'll be moving on here to the other things that we're watching here. All right, the main things that I felt were really important today was the fact with the gold and silver, those big trades that we were watching on a long-term basis. Those were very, very important. Okay, now you can see here the euro, the Russell. It went up to the 786. Hold on out here. I thought it was going to stop here, but then when the opening came, there's a lot of buying in the open, and it went up to the 78% level on the move up here. So that's, if you sold it here, your stop had to be above this level. So you may or may not still be in that. I didn't do anything, so I don't. I'm not going to say I put a trade on because I basically stood aside. I'm going to wait till I see something. Might be 2 days, might be 3 days, it might be tomorrow. I don't know. I'm still bearish, but when they move that thing up that fast, I can't stand in front of it. To give you an example here, just get the cash S&P up here, and you'll see what I'm talking about. We had a day Friday that should have stopped it dead in its tracks because we had a $53 billion day in stocks. It was triple witching hour and everything. And hold on, there's our number right here. Okay, here is the cash index. All right. No, this is today's action. You see where we were here? This was a 50%. Look at this gap. That's almost as bad as the gap down that we had on the 12th. Remember that Bradley date right here? Look what's happened here. We came all the way back. Let's see if we're setting right up here at this level right here. And there was your 786. Just hit it just now. So that might be enough. But, this is, remember, this is gap stuff because this is cash. It's only trades during the market hours. So that's it. And also, if you look at this, we'll see, there's where we were. There was your ABCD there too, right at that point. So I thought it was going to stop here because the New York Stock Exchange Index stopped at the 618%. The NASDAQ stopped at the 786%. And then the rest of them were history. They went up. So you can't stand in front of it. See, I'm folks, I have winners and I have losers. The one thing that I'm not going to do for you is I'm not going to sell it down in here, and when it gets up here, say, oh, just wait a few more days. No, I'm going to get blown out with my stop, risk whatever dollar amounts that I want to take, and then but if you're ready to sell it, now's the time to sell it because you just made a exact 786. Let's just take a look here at the stop and P and see what it's doing here, and maybe that'll give us a rough idea. Shouldn't have missed that British pound trade. Oh, it's already moving here. Here's what I've been watching here. For myself, I mean, that's just, that don't count anything. I split a micro with 9 other people. Okay. When we got to this point right here, All right, this is where I thought the top was going to be, so that's where I sold it. I 31, and I had my stop with 69.50. Now it's starting to work in my favor, so I have to assume that that's going to be okay. Now there was something else to tell you that was going to be the high. If you go back to the low that we made early this morning, okay, I mean, stop and think, 9,900, 6,900, all the way up to 38 handles it went to. So let's just measure. Well, I have to show you one other thing that I did do. There's your AB leg right here. There's your CD leg measuring. Where does it measure to, folks? Right there. Now look at this one, folks. A blind man could see that bottom. Hold on just a second. Let's put the 3-minute up, get rid of all that stuff that doesn't count. There it is right there. This is exactly a 3-drive pattern that got everything that you could possibly want. It's very quiet. Look at that. You got A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D. You can draw it in, put chocolate syrup on it, whatever you want to. There you are right there. And I'll bet you right there is going to be an important number off of one of these other things back here. So let's just look. The major low was early this morning. Okay. And look, that's going to be a 61% retracement. I'm looking at it, and I'll bet you that's what it is. And what do you think that is right there? There it is right there. 3-drive to a bottom, right at the exact 618. And now we've had this move right up in here. Okay, I hope that helps. Anyway, we're going to take a little break here. We've got some more things to look at. We're going to take a look at a couple of grains and a few stocks. So stay with us.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archive live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors. This portion of Trade What You See is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Okay, folks, this is one of the currencies that I follow quite good, but, since I've been focusing mostly on the stock market, I've missed some of this stuff. But anyway, here is the yen versus the dollar. As you can see here, we made our 382 retracement right here. Then the report came out. And you can see here, that's when the market exploded to the upside, and it went much higher. Let's just measure to see how we did on the ABCD part, because you can see here, we missed it by quite a bit. See, it should have stopped right there at about 157, and then it kept going higher. That's because you put that trade on, and I did. I quickly lost 20 pips, but that's exactly what I have. Anytime I see this number, folks, count me in, because that's the kind you like to see. The fact is, it's a great trade because you got an ABCD. The only negative is this little puppy right here. That's why your stop was only $200. And of course, it kept coming up. Now we've had a sell-off. Now we've come from 157, dropped to about $1,200. So some people that have bought in here now, they're wondering what are they going to do. So let's see if this means anything on the other stuff that we look at. So we know that the first 382 was right here. So let's see. I can tell you right now, this looks really close, but it's right between 50% and 382. Oh boy, not much. Look at that. Yeah, we just hit a 382 in this just a few minutes ago. So that is a pretty good spot right there. Plus you had the ABCD right there, also giving you a little bit of extra incentive to take a look at it. So that's where it is right there. Get it down there right now. Okay, so anyway, that's what I'm watching these things is what I try to do. Okay, now let's get this out of the way, Let's take a look at two stocks. One, of course, is going to be Tesla, that is still strong. Hold on one second. We'll get it up here. Take a look at it. There's four stocks that I've been asked to take a look at today. And some of them you've already heard a million times. Here's Tesla now. You can see this is the daily 60-minute chart. So it's up today. In fact, it's up pretty good. You can see here, looks like we're going to make our target up here at 506, actually. You can see there it is. We've made new highs here the last couple of days, and it's doing pretty good so far today. That sets up a really clear, see, there's your 382 retracement right here. This is a real easy one, boys and girls. We should get there. We'll put the beeper on this to see if this one works, but there's a really high probability that we're going to get there. 509, that's another $13 higher in Tesla. Now look at it real close, and you can see if you measure this large ABCD from right here, this is a 3-day correction right at the 382. Where does it measure to? 509. You add these together, there's where it's coming, 509. You got multiple confirmations coming into this level right here. As a matter of fact, if you drew it up just a little bit differently, you're going to be able to see another one. You have a really strong 382 right here, so we got to see the ABCD on that. There's your AB right there. There's your CD, and I'll bet you it comes to really close to, well, that says 513. 509 is your key number because you got two of them there, plus you got the 1.618 at 506. I would go with 506. And the reason why is mathematics, that's this, precedes geometry, which is this. So that's what I would be looking at. Let's just draw that in to match it up to see if, in fact, it would come in at that level. Now, maybe it won't happen that way, but there it is right there. This got a pretty good chance to get there. We're going to put this beeper in here because if it gets there, we can say, look, this one actually worked. And that's what we're going to be paying attention to here. Okay, so that's basically what we're watching so far this morning. Okay, hold on a second here, folks. I've got a question here. Hold on a second about Visa. Oh my God, somebody must be using their credit card today. Let's see how it's doing today. Oh, it's up today. Holy moly, is that correct? Wow, it's a 60-minute chart, so it's rocking and rolling today. Holy cow. Well, it was taken off the other day here too. You can see here we had a pretty big run. Here's where we are right now. There was yesterday's action, so it's up a little bit. That's one of the reasons why the Dow must be pretty good. Let's look at this on the daily, because it'd been under some pressure, and now it's coming back pretty good. Let's see where we are. Looks we're almost exactly at 61% retracement here. And, oh, yeah, there we are. We just hit it just now. We just hit the 618 in the old Visa. So if you're interested in selling Visa, now's the time to do it. It's within $1. You don't have to risk more than $2 on that one. There's your 61% retracement. Comes in at 53.62, and the high was 53.44. So it missed it by 20 cents. So very, very close to what we're looking at here with Visa. And then finally we have Palantir. I think that's what the name of it is, Palantir. That's the CIA company that's always out there. And hold on a second and get this up here, get the daily up. This has been a very strong stock. I don't think it's been weakening much. Let's see. No, it's doing pretty good. We had a higher high today. It's backed off a little bit. Let's see if we can verify what that high is. Okay, there's our, oh, no, not quite. I thought it was going to be head and shoulders, folks, but you see the left shoulder so much lower than the right shoulder cannot be. See? Even this one here was marginal because it was a little higher, but that could have possibly been. But once we went above that, like we did a couple of days ago, you can't do anything about that. So the only thing you can say is that it's get up here. We actually went above the 786, I believe, also. And we were below it. Now it's back above it right here. This is interesting because you have an ABCD here. And if that's a 382, those are the kind that you really like. You got an ABCD. Let's just see if it's at a 382. Now, I don't do stocks at all, but they run the same as futures and all the other stuff. Now, even then, it's not even a 382. It's only 30%. So it's acting pretty good. Had a big breakout, but whether it goes from here or not, basically remains to be seen. Okay, so we got those out of the way. Now we want to take a look at soybeans themselves, all right? Let's get it up here and see where we are. It starts with the S. There's soybeans. We'll get it up here today. We'll do the intraday just to see how things are working today. All right, beans are basically, they're pretty much unchanged. Right, there's what the big wild swings. Let's just check for kicks and giggles to see if the old AI was able to pick out anything with it today. God, I love this program. I tell you, I just anyway, that is short-term stuff, but by golly, when it lines up like that, you certainly like to see it, fit that way. Okay, now we have a question about, hold on, corn. Let's get corn up here. That's been one of the big surprises in the old business this year because they have so much of it, and yet it doesn't want to go down very much. Let's get the daily up so we can see it. This is March corn. It's still up on the day. In fact, taking out the highs of the previous day. And, that we don't need to see anymore. There it is. Here's corn right here. And as you can see, we've got to take a break, I believe. Don't we have to? Yeah.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Okay, folks, we're going to take a look at the cattle market because it's in the sell zone right now. If we take a high way back here in October, you see we came down and we're setting right at the 61% retracement right now. There it is right there. So you really take a look at that to sell it there about another point higher. 132.62, put a buy stop above that. We've had a big move up to the upside. Now, this is one, if you remember, the president said that they were going to make beef more affordable, and sir, they certainly did. You got, there's your ABCD, there's your 382, had the bottom right in here. We had several, as you can see here, the 3 drives that we have coming in here. There was a limit down that day. Okay, then the market opened sharply lower, didn't go limit down, but then closed badly on the day. The next day it gapped up, didn't quite leave an island. Boy, when you see that, and you see that particular formation, boy, get ready, because that doesn't take long to make it something really spectacular. As we look at this, as we see it on the way down, what we want to do is we want to remember, oh, shut the front door and raise the rent. That's not working the way I wanted it to. Hold on just a second, folks. There's our ABCD pattern right there. And as you can see here, it stops right there, has a pretty good rally. But because of that gap, it's got to be move out to 1.27 on the CD leg. And you'll see that we're going to do that. Make CD 1.27. And that'll get us right to the promised land. And there it is right there. And then we start the big move up. And anyway, want to get ready to sell cattle either today. It's not much time left, but watch it tomorrow, folks. You've got to pay a little bit of attention. Well, you don't have to do anything, but that's a good spot to look at. It's been up for, 3.5 weeks now. So that's a pretty good sign that it's ready to be sold. In my opinion, that's 132.62. If it's today, I got to sell it there and risk a point. So we'll see. Okay, let's move on here. We have one other stock that we'll get to, and hold on one second. I'll get up. Oh, I got to cover those notes too. Hold on a second. Let me get that stock here. There it is. Alibaba. Hold on one second. Jackma, hold on, here's where we are. It's had a nice recovery. See, folks, I'm going to try to switch over to bar charts. I love bar charts because you don't have to worry about the coloring and all that stuff, but you can see the open and you can see the close really clearly. You don't get that with the candlesticks because you don't know exactly where they are. But here's where we are. We got an ABCD coming here in Alibaba, it looks like, because we're in the midst of a rally. So that would draw us into right about here. There's your AB leg right there, CD leg there, and your other one is right there. That is wrong because that's 127, and that should not happen. We're going to find out why it's happening, but I've got to take this off and put it where it should be, and I'm going to use that as my default. There it is. Okay. So that's what I'm looking at to get this up to about 153, another couple of points. Remember, this is just an 8-minute chart, folks, so you can easily do that. Let's look at this on the daily, and we'll see where we stand. Oh, it's had a heck of a run here. Remember, this thing has been beaten up quite a bit, though, folks. If you just look at this on the long-term weekly, you can see that it's had its share of problems. In fact, the last rally back here stopped exactly at the 50%. Now we need to switch over to notes, folks, because the notes are probably getting ready to have one more tiny jab to the upside here. Maybe, maybe not. We're going to get it up here and take a look at it. There it is right there. We're going to get the 4-hour chart up on the notes, and then we're going to take a look at them right now. And here's where we are with the notes. We had a little ABCD action here today for the last couple of days. There it is. Let me connect the refresh here, reset defaults. Okay, that's what I wanted to see. This I can see easy. I like this much better than the candlesticks. Anyway, there's where we are from our last high to our low right down here. We went 50%, looks like spot on. A little bit, almost 618. But we do have some ABCD patterns in here. And that's going to lead us up to the promised land, and that was up there, which was today. It have got you right in on the high plus. Oh, dear, you had another one right behind it, too. You had an ABCD. Oh, shut the front door and raise the rent just a minute. I got to draw that in. Otherwise, it's not going to look good. There's your low. Okay. Now, there's your high. Okay, because this happened afterwards, so you've got to draw it like this. There's your low, there's your high. You bring that one down right there, and that got you to just about where we were today, and now we're starting to come down. Folks, this bond market and this note market does not look bullish. There's no way in the world you can get anything bullish out of this. We'll probably have some rallies, but by golly, it just doesn't look very good. Stop and think. They're dropping rates and interest rates are going higher. They're not going lower, because when notes go down, interest rates go up. And that's it. You can see here, well, we don't have to cover that anymore. Let's get up here and take a look at Apple. And I know everybody wants to know about it, including me. How are we doing it today, Mr. Appel, who's down by the well? Well, here again, it's not even moving much either, but boy, they had Dan Ives on today. He was really banging bushes for this, but there's Apple over the last couple of weeks. We've had a really nice ABCD to the upside. That looks like on about the 12th of November. Yeah, late October, and that's what we've done here. Oh, we have one little question here, and that is this spot right there, because that was a big sell-off, and it looks like what it did was it just came down and hit that exact 382 and then went higher. So it's acting pretty good. Now we've got another one here. Hold on one second. I got to get this straightened out, and then we'll take a quick look at it here. Boy, the time flies when you're having fun, doesn't it? Okay, there's your low right here. There's your high. Today's low was that doesn't look right. It's 50%, but it is. There's your low. There's 38. There's 50%. So didn't stay below 50 for very long. We went down for a couple points and then bang right back up again. So Apple is in a tight consolidation, as I would say. It's not sold off very much at all, so it's still very, very bullish. And you want to keep a really close eye on it. Looking at this on the daily chart, you'll see. I watched a video last night, something about Steve Jobs. In fact, did you realize that was 2007 when they came out with the iPhone? Whoa, yo, mama, that is a long time ago. There's your first 382 right here. All right, well, it doesn't quite get there because I got it drawn wrong. But this is how you come up with the price objective, folks. There's your A, B, C, D leg right there. Okay, now, if you just put your 382 in on that, it's going to give you what your high is going to be. And that says the high should be right around 279. Well, it went up a little bit higher and was now trading around 270. Okay, I think that is it for you got a commercial coming up or not? Yep, we'll be right back. Stay tuned, boys and girls.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Okay, I'm back. Am I back on the show? I'm sorry, I had a very important call that I couldn't get around. Where am I? I think I'm still on the air. I hope I am anyway. Let's move over here a second. I had a I have an appointment coming up, folks, and I had to change it. Then I had to be on the phone. So here's where we're looking at right now. This is a sell the gold at 43.78, not the golf. Anyway, that's neither here to clean that out because it doesn't mean much anymore. Okay, let's move over here and take a look at that British pound one more time. Missed this. This is a beauty, folks. I shouldn't have missed this one, but by golly, I did. That's got everything that you like to see. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go down to a 13-minute chart. You'll see that it hasn't moved very much at all. See, so you're still in the ballpark. If you wanted to sell that, you can even right now, just selling it right now, all you have to risk is above here. So you're talking about 30 pips. So you're talking not even $200 to see if it's going to be right or not. Okay, so that's I like selling the pound here with a stop here. Let's say 135. So that's 35 pips. 35 pips times 6 is $220. So that's including the juice. So I like that one. I really do. You look at that on that longer time frame, and boy, it looks pretty good to me. Okay, that's what I'm paying attention to here so far today, so we'll keep a close eye on that. And what else we're looking at? Those are the main things that we're looking at. Whether this is the big high in silver and big high in gold, it's still too early to tell. You know, gold's only off about $10, not even 10 from the high. Well, it is 10 from the high. Silver is off quite a bit. It's more than $1 from the high. You'll see here we had a high here at 69.20 and 69.60, and we're at 68.45. So we've dropped 80. We've dropped $1.20 off the high. So there's a possibility that could be a big high in the silver market. And but that again, you know, let's get the hourly up, Larry, so everybody can see it. You know, that was a big number right up there. So we're below it by 70 cents right now, but it's not giving up very much, folks. You see how quickly it gave up a few points here? It's not doing that. That's not actually very bearish. That's just showing that there's a target up here, and we'll see. Live every day in an attitude of gratitude, and may God bless.
Steve Rhodes